Hello everyone, in today's video we experiment workflow agents, more specifically sequential agents. Since it's pretty simple with Google ADK, let's quickly cover it. As you can see in the picture, in a sequential agent, we can specify as many as sub-agents that we want, and both of them will be executed sequentially by the input order. Of course, the first sub-agent will serve the user request, but how about the others? They should do something based on the output of the prior sub-agents. How they can do that? Remember, in the section state video, we can use the tool context in the tool to save an attribute to a state of the current section. And then we can refer to it everywhere as long as we're in this section. Similarly, here we can use output key to save the output of the agent to the current section. And the rest in the same section can easily refer to it. Since it's extremely simple with ADK, why don't we just take this example and experiment on it? So here we have three agents: code writer agents for writing the code, code reviewer agents for reviewing the code, and code refactorer agent for refactoring the code based on the feedback of the reviewer. And we want to call them agent by agent. First of all, the writer will initiate the first version. Then the reviewer will give some feedback. And finally, the refactorer will create a version 2 based on the version 1 and the feedback. That's why we put them under a sequential agent. All right, let's zoom into the code. First thing first, the code writer agent for writing the version 1. Here notice that we have the output key. It means the response of this agent will be saved to the generated code attribute in the state of the current section. Why don't we test it immediately? Let's try to expose this agent. We need to rename it root agent, since it's already publicly static. So we just need to rename it into a root agent. And now let's run our ADKWebServer. Now let's try to access our ADKWebServer. And here we have code writer agent. Write a Java function to calculate the factorial of a number. And we'll see it gives us a result. And if we take a look at the state here as well, we also see that this result also be saved to the state under generated code attribute. So this is the code block for Java, and the class solution calculate the factorial of a non-negative integer. Class solution calculates the factorial of non-negative integer. Let's try another one. Write a Java function for RAM sieve algorithms. Now we have a new response, right? This sieve of Eratosthenes algorithm, and it also overrides the factorial method used to be here in the generated code. Okay, now we got what output key is doing. Let's move on to the next agent, the reviewer. Like in the section state video, we can refer to the state attributes by specifying the attribute name in between these curly brackets. And when this review agent is triggered, this generated code will be resolved by the version 1 stored in the generated code here. And both of them will be sent to the LLM. And same as the writer agent, the reviewer agent also stores the response from the LLM to the review comments attribute in the state of the current section. And this is where the refactorer referred to reviewed comment to get the feedback and also the version 1 as well to eventually create the final version. Since there's nothing else to consume this state attribute, so basically we don't really need it. But if you refer the consistency, like in the other two agents, you will have the output key and you would like to keep it for this one as well. So it's totally okay. Finally, the code highlight agent. To make all of these working together, we have to create a sequential agent by its builder, SequentialAgent.builder. And we want to specify our agents in an order that we want it to be run. So here we would like to run the writer first, and the reviewer, then the refactorer. Okay, Here, let's rename it back writer agents and export this one instead. Okay, cool. Now we're going to export the code pipeline agent, which is a sequential agent that have three sub-agents: the writer agents, the code review agent, and the refactorer agent. Actually, this one is code writer agent. Okay, let's test it with our ADK web server. Here, refresh it. Now we have code byline agent. And let's write a Java function to calculate the factorial of a number. And then we have the version 1 of our factorial method from the writer agents. And then the reviewer is going to review the version 1, gave us some feedback. And both of these information will be stored in this state. This one is generated code. And this one is reviewed comment. And both of them will be result in the refactored instruction. Here, instruction of the refactored generated code, review comment, and send to the LLM. And this is the final result from the LLM. So here we have method for calculating the factorial of a number. Here, because we are already disabled the refactored code, so that's why there are only two from the writer agents and the reviewer agents. Okay, let's try the RAM sieve algorithm. And then we see the first version is generated and override this generated code, right? So we have the standard implementation of sieve of Eratosthenes algorithm. And because like it's kinda a well-known algorithm, so it's kinda like the exact one from the first try, from our first try. That's why we don't have any major issue found. And the final version of the code is kept the same. Alright, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for taking your time watching this video and this series. Hope you can get something new here. See you next time. Happy coding!